everyone, this is Dr. Peggy Semmingson. I'm an associate professor, and today I spoke with Abigail Torres Rico. She's a fourth-year Ph.D. candidate and a part-time faculty member and research assistant in the marketing department at the University of Texas at Arlington. Her research interests center around technology and retailing. Her doctoral research focuses on the external effects of self-service technology on frontline employees and their interactions with consumers. She holds a Master of Science in Marketing Research from the University of Texas at Arlington and a Bachelor of Business Administration with a focus in Marketing and Communications from the University of Texas at Austin. And I really enjoyed hearing all of her tips, and one that stood out to me was how she stays flexible with students. So she allows them to respond in different ways, whether that's through the chat window, whether that's through turning on their microphone. So whenever she's doing these live synchronous sessions, she allows a lot of flexibility in terms of how they're responding and participating and interacting. And that really stood out to me as really crucial. So let's hear some of her tips on teaching.
So hi everyone, this video is to learn more about teaching business courses at the university level. And we are talking to Abigail Torres. And Abigail, tell us about yourself professionally and when you took the pedagogy course.
Sure. Well, my name is Abigail Torres Rico. I am a fourth-year PhD candidate at the University of Texas at Arlington. I specialize in marketing. Specifically, my focus is on retailing and self-service technology.
Oh, cool.
And it's very interesting to me, but my sister would say otherwise. I took the pedagogy class about 2 years ago. It was around, it was a Maymester class, so it's almost 2 years.
Okay, good. And then what have you taught so far?
I've taught the career preparation and student success course here at the university. It's essentially a course that helps freshmen and transfers get used to the university, knowing the resources and whatnot. And so I've done that 3 semesters already, and I'm going on my 4th. I've taught a summer semester of buyer behavior, a year of multicultural marketing, and this spring I'm going to do principles of marketing.
Oh, cool. Okay, so wide variety. I like that you taught this student success course because I'm a big fan of, like, even if you're teaching a regular course, of building in study skills.
Yeah, that's usually one of the topics I cover.
Oh, good. Okay, perfect. And then this is a big question. What is your advice on teaching at the university level?
Well, I guess my biggest one would be trying to instill the work ethic you need from the students so they can pass your class. A lot of students I come across with their experiences with other professors vary a lot. And as a result, some of them have good study skills, some of them don't. Some of them know how to work in group projects. And so what I do, I design my course so that they can work on a project or on an essay early throughout the semester instead of giving you a one big chunk at the end. And I find that this forces them to not procrastinate. It gives them, they're a little bit more relaxed and more comfortable at the end of the semester. They're less stressed, essentially. And so, yeah, you just have to set your expectations to them and just be very honest with them. This is what I'm expecting, and this is what you'll get if you do it.
That's really good. Good.
Other things that I do, well, I design my course to be suitable for all types of students. And so this goes beyond just like the learning types. I know there's students that learn by seeing, hearing, touching, and whatnot, but I'm talking specifically about students who are full-time versus part-time, first years versus seniors, and even those who are introverted and extroverted. I try to be flexible about my criteria to make sure everybody can do it.
Oh, good. Yeah, because some people are super busy.
Yeah. For example, in my multicultural class, participation is a very big thing, but in an online format, it's very hard for certain students to kind of get the courage to unmute themselves and kind of talk to the professor or ask a question. And so I tell them, hey, you don't want to show your webcam, that's fine with me. You can ask me questions or make comments in the chat. I also provide questions so they can always, if they can't participate by saying, they can always participate by answering a question or whatnot. And usually I get the extroverted and the introverted students, they're equally participating.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the chat as a way to participate.
Yeah, it's very funny too, especially when they start doing the GIFs.
Yeah, the GIFs. Yeah, or emoticons.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess my other one would be don't be afraid to try anything new in your classes.
Okay.
I noticed from helping other professors that once they make something, once they make a video or a certain assignment, that's it for the rest of time, right? And they don't really adapt it to new material, to the current things that are happening out there. And so it gets very boring. I haven't taught for a long time, but I noticed that from teaching multicultural the first time and the second time, yes, you get that experience of understanding the material better and being able to explain it better, but it also gets a little boring from your end. And so I always try to look for new videos or new examples that could, spice it up for both the students and for me.
Yeah, keep it current, and that keeps it all relevant, especially if you mention current events or something. Well, good.
Yeah.
Well, good. Excellent. I like that idea of keeping it fresh. Is there anything else, or do you have any tips on using Canvas or teaching online? Especially, I know the pandemic's been a little crazy.
I guess all the classes that I've taught have been hybrid or completely online. So it was this past fall semester, because of the COVID cases being so low and everybody getting vaccinated, that we were able to come back in person. And so that was the first time I ever taught in person since I started. But I think the best advice I can give someone who is doing an online class, because unfortunately we're back online, is to start early. It is a lot of maintenance. You're going to have to alter due dates, and it can get a little repetitive, considering even though they advertise themselves as being innovative and having all the features that you need to customize, there's certain things that you can't do. And so it does make it a little time consuming to fix things like that. And so just having everything online and having it in a format that students understand and can follow.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like doing a lot more on the front end instead of on the fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really helps. Okay. Yeah, that's my goal too. Well, good. Any other advice or resources that you have found useful to your teaching?
When I go to conferences, when I was still in my first and early second year before COVID, I would go to conferences, and whenever I saw a teaching session, I would go and see what advice they would have. Once I started teaching, I really did rely on my mentors and older colleagues to kind of give me their idea of what I should expect. And now that I'm teaching a new course I've never taught before, I really do rely on what other professors have taught in their classes. So I really do look at their syllabuses to see how much was the test for and how much were group assignments, just so I can get all the information I need to design my course more effectively.
Yeah, it helps you calibrate so you're not overdoing it or underdoing it.
Yeah.
Good ideas. Okay, good. I'm a big fan of talking to people. Good ideas. Well, good. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a great spring semester.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, thanks.